addicted to the fourth season of You as much as Joe is addicted to finding the one. Technically, season 4 isn't out yet, but we're addicted to finding out where Joe is and who is going to be his next victim. This was probably the coolest announcement of a season for an existing show ever on Netflix. Although this video didn't specify when the fourth season would hit Netflix, we were stoked to know they extended the show. Eventually, Netflix said that the fourth season of You will be released sometime in November of 2022. But it seems like there was a change of plans, and season 4 got pushed back to February 10th. That's 4 days before Valentine's Day. And if you're like us, then you will definitely enjoy binging a show about a psychopathic serial killer more than you would enjoy a date with a stranger and all the cliches that come with Valentine's Day. Although we feel like we should tell you that only the first batch of 5 episodes will be released on February 10th. The second 5 will be released exactly 1 month later, on March 10th, 2023. For those that couldn't wait until 2023, there was a live meet and greet with the showrunner Sera Gamble on November 5th, 2022. Gamble shared the news in a Twitter post, which she captioned, quote, "Come to this swanky thing. I'm dropping by with tips and behind-the-scenes tales, and maybe a few You Netflix spoilers, because I get on a roll when I'm telling a tale, and it just happens." We don't know what they discussed, as this was a live block writer's salon, but we can assume Gamble revealed some juicy stories about working with Joe Goldberg, Penn Badgley. And about a month ago, we found out a little more about the fourth season of You thanks to the official Season 4 trailer Netflix released. Hello, You! I'm not the lovable bookstore manager in New York, the shop clerk in LA, or the doting husband in the suburbs now. Not anymore. Allow me to introduce myself. And the letters Professor Jonathan Moore appeared in the background, then slowly fade as the raspy and soothing male voice tells us what's about to happen in the fourth season of You.
Hello, You. I'm not the lovable bookstore manager in New York.
He is living in London. He's going to be focusing on academic life in London, meaning he's going to be smashing that like button just like you should do if you haven't done so already. No, in all seriousness, he's going to be a lecturer at a university in the UK. Somehow, he will still manage to keep his professional life, that of a serial killer, and his hobby, that of a professor, separate. As a slew of characters appear and disappear in the background, Joe tells us that the circles of academia are constantly breached by outsiders, and they find themselves, quote-unquote, pushed out. Who is going to be doing the pushing? Why, our lovable Joe, of course. So what does this mean? Will Joe have to kill more than one person in the show? Of course, You wouldn't be You without the legendary Penn Badgley. Since Joe is so good at pretending, his new alias is going to be Professor Jonathan Moore. In the fourth season, Joe is going to be going to London, and he will concoct the biggest scheme of deception to date. Since he is free from his loved ones and carefully orchestrated his escape before setting the house on fire, he is now looking for a new victim. But based on the number of characters he's going to be surrounded with, it's possible that there's going to be more than one victim. Aside from taking on the murderous role, Penn Badgley will also become the director of the show, and he will be working with the director in Season 4. Joe will still be after his new victim, or victims, and we sort of have an idea of whom he will target. Will it be Lucas Cage? You know, the young actor from Euphoria who joined the show on February 17th, 2022. According to the writers, Gage will be playing a character by the name of Adam on the show. He is supposed to be one of Joe's rivals in the new upcoming season, so we hope he's good at protecting himself from psychopaths. Adam is described as a guy who, quote, brings to the show a whole suitcase full of emotional baggage. The seemingly fun-loving party guy is a gambler with a dark secret that he silences by self-medicating. His desperation to prove himself has him taking big risks, and trusting him may turn out to be a big mistake for his friends and girlfriend. He comes from a rich family, so his parents are very demanding. They want their son to grow up successful, and they've taught him to get what he wants by doing whatever it takes. This cutthroat attitude might just be the antithesis to Joe that we need, but he better be very smart, otherwise Joe will dispose of him like a sack of spuds. The official You Twitter account wished him good luck surviving the show, because that's what every new actor wants to hear. Another actress that's probably going to make a comeback is Tati Gabrielle. Since she managed to escape from Joe's grasp, she moved to Paris. If love hadn't warned her, she would have fallen in love with Joe while working in the library, and this comeback would have been history. However, Joe is out looking for her. Will he find her? In addition to the Tati comeback, we know that Tilly Keeper from EastEnders has been cast as a regular in the 4th season of You. She will be playing a lady by the name of Phoebe. They say that Phoebe is an aristocrat, a socialite who is always surrounded by lots of fans. She appears sweet, but she is also very chaotic. We'll see how her riches and fame reveal her true colors. While Lady Phoebe will likely be mingling around Joe, Kate, played by actress Charlotte Ritchie, will be smashing that subscribe button just like you should do if you haven't already. But no, seriously now, she will be the art gallery director who is suspicious of him and wants nothing to do with this shady character. The actress said that her character is suspicious of Joe from the very beginning. We don't know how their relationship will end, but she did say that they are, quote, into each other. Does this mean Joe found his new victim? Aside from all these newcomers, Scott Speedman is not sure if he'll be reprising his role in the 4th season of the show. He says that he was open to the possibility of working on You for another season, but he hasn't received a call yet. And it seems to us like Hickman and Spielers will play characters who are the absolute polar opposites of each other. While Spielers has fame thanks to the memoir he wrote, Hickman will be playing Nadia, a girl who was never accepted by her peers and wants to write books. Her dream is to one day become a serious author. With all of the actors in place, filming began on March 22, 2022 in the United Kingdom. Shooting wrapped 5 months later on August 27, 2022. Social media posts tell us that in April, the crew filmed scenes at Royal Holloway, University of London, and then in June, a scene took place on the River Thames. But what will happen in the 4th season? Season 3 ended pretty cleanly. He baked his toe in a pie, killed his wife, burned down the house, handed his children off to the neighbors, and then left the country. You know, normal serial killer stuff. But Sera Gamble said that his abandoning his son would be something that would shape him in the future. How he would react to this. Will he come back and get his boy? These are all questions that the writers are going to have to answer. Now, let's talk about Paris. If he ever finds Marianne, which we think it'll be pretty easy for him, then it seems like they're going to have one hard conversation. Why? Because in Marianne's eyes, he's supposed to be baked into a pie. How he's going to get out of that one is beyond us. And if the newest set pictures are any indication, we think that the new murder will have something to do with Joe taking out the trash, if you know what we mean. Check out these videos next.